Thanks for joining us for another edition of Weekend Winners. We've got a well-balanced program coming our way on Saturday night at Albion Park. Action gets underway with the first of 10 at 5:39. There's a lot to look forward to in this edition of Weekend Winners. We are going to catch up with the Barnes brothers, Brendan and Hayden. Both have some really interesting drives there on the weekend, so I'm curious to get their thoughts about their book of drives. That won't be too far away, and hopefully we can find a winner or two for the weekend as well.
Brendan Barnes is jumping in the hot seat to discuss all of his drives on Saturday night. He's got 6 of the best. Brendan, appreciate the time.
No worries, Chris. Thank you.
A mixed bag, I think, just looking at it on paper as far as your draws are concerned. A few good ones and a few bad ones.
Yeah, I think we start off in the car park for the first half of the night, and then we slowly work our way down the track.
All right, well, let's go through them. Smith Stars Lexus, gate 6, and there's plenty of power to you inside. Looking at it, are you likely to drift back?
Yeah, we'll probably just drive him the same way as last week and sort of just try and give him a little bit of confidence and, yeah, drive back and just look for gaps, I'd say.
He was flying there for a period. Is he just down on confidence at the moment?
I think so. He put in a bit of a disappointing run there 2 starts back where he led up the 3 wide line and sort of was the first horse beaten around the 400. So, yeah, if we can get a bit of confidence about him and yeah, see how we can go from there.
Okay, it is a race with good depth, race number 1. Let's shoot across to race 4. The Art of Infusion. He's another one with a bad gate, gate 7. What are the expectations here?
Yeah, well, gate 7's his own fault. He sort of didn't score up there last start, but it's probably not the hardest to qualies that field, but as you said, gate 7 sort of probably need a little bit to go our way, and he's probably a nice enough sort of type that he could feature in that with a little bit going his way, but we'll just have to see how it pans out.
Okay, so driving for luck there?
I'd say so.
All right, another wide draw, race 5, Pacific Drums, your own runner. This guy continues to go super at the moment, but this looks a challenge from gate 7.
Yeah, he was good again last week, and he's never too far away. I'd say same deal again. We'll just have to go back, and if he can get a nice card into it, he'll sprint home strongly. He's probably racing better off the speed at the moment, so I'm not totally disappointed by that draw for him. Sort of leaves me no real other option other than to go back and drive him with 1 run. So I think if he can get a little bit of luck there, he'll go well.
Okay, agree or disagree? Tactical response, always a secret. Mr. Donald, are they the main 3?
Yeah, you'd think so, and hopefully if sort of tactical response leads and bowls along evenly, and if always a secret gets outside it and keeps that sort of pace on, and we can try and sort of follow Mr. Donald where he goes, we might be able to get a bit of money there somewhere.
Yeah, that looks likely though. It looks like there is going to be a genuine tempo throughout.
Yeah, you'd think so. It should. Sort of tactical response normally sort of bowls along at a good tempo, so it shouldn't really just be a sit and dash, and yeah, hopefully they run 30s and we can get into it and sit him up for 1 shot.
Okay, that's race 5. Let's go across to race 7 now, CORSINI. This is a good quality mares race here. We're over the mile. CORSINI starts from gate 2, so she should be able to take up a pretty handy spot.
Yeah, she won't be far away. She sort of ran good enough there on Saturday night from the good draw and the good trip, but this field's sort of been pretty solid week in, week out, so as you said, at least we're sort of drawn there. We don't need to do any work, and if she gets a good trip, she'll be sort of thereabouts.
Jiggle and Jive, does she look the leader from the inside?
Yeah, you'd think so. She's sort of probably going okay, and we all know how good she can be, so I'd say, yeah, they'll be looking for a change of luck there with her. They haven't really had a lot of barrier draw luck with her anyway.
I think it's only a matter of time, though, before CORSINI picks up one of these races. She just needs that little bit of luck, and as soon as she gets it, she'll capitalise.
Yeah, I think she just probably needs them to go a little bit hard, and the last quarter probably not be sort of low 27s, and she'll just be there sort of whacking away. And I think she is good enough, and she's honest. She sort of turns up week in, week out, and sort of runs her race. So, yeah, as you said, it won't be too far away.
I've got to ask the question, if Jiggle and Jive does lead, does Chuapiga Light have enough speed to hold? Is there any chance that you can slot in behind Jiggle and Jive?
Yeah, there might be sort of something to look at there. We'll just sort of have to play it by ear and see how much pressure is early, and if they sort of run the gate hard enough to open up a little bit of a hole, but that's something we'll definitely be looking for anyway.
Okay, race number 8, Western Air. He's got gate 4. There looks to be a lot of pressure off the front row here. How does this set up?
Yeah, I don't mind this horse. I think he goes quite alright. I think he was a little bit sick there after his last probably disappointing run there, probably going back a month or so now, but I think this week's pretty hard sort of race. It'll be running a genuine tempo, but I think sort of going forward, he's probably one to keep an eye on. I think he's a good front running freewheeling type. It probably doesn't look like that'll eventuate there on Saturday night, but definitely one to keep an eye on.
Okay, one to certainly follow with interest. Western Air, but there does look to be good pressure. Notorious, the Fortunate Son, LaPlay's in a really good form, and they're all drawn the front line. Yeah, for sure. I'd say we'll just probably have to play it by ear this week and sort of probably just look after him, especially after he sort of got that sick there probably a month or so ago. So we'll just have to see. All righto, the last race 10. This is the Trotters Mobile. NEEDABACARDI absolutely flying this guy. Mobile start conditions. Is that good or bad?
Yeah, that's really good. He's got really good gate speed from the mobile, and he, as you said, he's going super. So good draw, and hopefully we can make our own luck there.
He just looks like he's a happy horse. He's settled to the Queensland way of living and also to the style of racing, and he's just thriving.
Yeah, for sure. And Touch Wood, he sort of has been known to do a lot wrong in his races. He sort of could gallop anywhere at any time when he was in Sydney, but Touch Wood, he's been really good lately and sort of hasn't put a foot wrong and hasn't really felt like putting a foot wrong. So hopefully we haven't put the mock on him there, but yeah, he seems very happy.
And it's a good thing that it looks to be your main dangers on paper anyway are drawn to your outside, so you know exactly where they're going to be.
Yeah, for sure. And probably one thing, like a lot of the trotters up here, they don't run the gate as quick as they would do down south, so he's probably got that bit of an advantage. He's had that hard mile racing at Menangle, so he's pretty accustomed to sort of running the gate and doing that. So hopefully we can, yeah, sort of stick in front of all them harder ones early and see how we go. All
right, so are we saving the best till last?
Yeah, you'd like to think so.
Okay, race 10, number 3, NEEDABACARDI. Brendan, as always, appreciate the time.
Thanks,
we'll see
Chris.
you trackside.
Thanks, Chris.
Well, it's time now for Hayden Barnes to jump into the hot seat. We've heard from Brendan. Let's see what Hayden's got to say. He's got 3 drives on Saturday night, and he's joining us now. Hayden, appreciate the time.
Yep, thank you.
Let's start with the Open. Get straight into it. Race 6, Northview Hustler. He was able to rebound last week with an all-the-way victory. It looked great. Different kettle of fish this week. He's got the outside draw, and he's up to 2,138 metres. What are we expecting?
Yeah, he was super impressive last week, and that's sort of the old Northview hustle that everyone knows, and I know myself, so he felt awesome. And this week, 2,100, if he drew good again, he probably would have been right there with the rest of them, but got the outside draw like normal, and we're just going to see what happens, really.
Just going back to last week, it was a PB performance. He's more known as a stayer, but he showed good wheels there last week. He was really sharp on the front end.
Yeah, he did. It's probably nearly one of his actually best wins, because he burnt out in a 26 quarter and he still got home in 27 flat and a 54 8 half, so he's probably nearly up there with one of his best.
How important was that victory confidence-wise for him?
Probably very high for him and myself. I was sort of didn't know how long he'd be around for, and then after he produced that, that's got to do him the world of good, and it also makes me feel a lot better.
Okay, so do you just drive for luck from gate 7?
Yeah, I think so. It doesn't really, there's a whole lot of speed there, so we'll just have to probably go back and drive him how we were before last week.
The small field's in your favour though.
It is, so if something does happen and there is a bit of speed there, well, we know what speed he's got, so he should be not too far away.
Okay, it was great to see him back in the winner's circle last week. Northview Hustler. The following race, race 7. This is a good quality mares race, and you've picked up a good drive here on Feel Like Dancin. She's a last start winner. Yes, she's facing a second row draw, but she's certainly not out of this race.
No, she's not. She's does go nice, and probably helps her when she can draw the front row and lead. But in saying that, there's a bit of speed there off the front row, and she's got a nice trail and draw.
She's fit, she's in form. Likely scenario here, most probably mapping Jiggle and Jive to lead, Chewer Peak Alight, most likely in the trail. Do you look at going 3 pegs, or you're happy to stay 1 off?
I'd have to see what Wayne wants to. Sort of when I looked at it, I thought you either be 3 fence or stay in the run line, so I'm happy to do either. It just all depends if Wayne wants to stay in the running line or go the fence.
Yeah, being a mild race and a good quality mares event, they're likely to be rolling along here.
Yeah, which means the fence will be better, so we'll just have to see what Wayne says.
Okay, have you driven this mare before?
No, I don't think I have.
Okay, first time behind Feel Like Dancin. Yeah, she looks a shot there. That's a good quality race, race number 7. Let's have a look at the last. This is the trot. Your runner here is G Up Netty. He's going super, this guy, but he's facing a difficult draw as well. Gate number 7. Mobile start, though. That's a plus.
It is. He doesn't have a lot of gate speed, so we'll sort of just let him balance up for the first probably 100 or so and just slide across, and hopefully we can settle nice and handy.
Okay, Brendan was all in here with NEEDABACARDI. He thinks this is clearly the horse to beat in this race. Fit, in form, going really well. So you're up against it by the look of it.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult, but he shows old G Up Netty what he can do all the time, week in, week out. So I know he's good enough to, if he can get that nice spot, he's still not going to be far away and could still win it himself.
Okay, it's not a bad race, this. There's a bit of quality in this trot.
There is. So it's good to have a few nice trotters up here at the minute, and they're all racing competitively every week.
Yeah, absolutely. So of the 3, which one do you like the most?
After Northview Hustler last week, I'll stick with him.
Okay, going with the black flash there, Northview Hustler. Hayden, as always, appreciate the time. We'll see you trackside.
Yep, thank you.
A big thanks to both Brendan and Hayden Barnes for their time, and we wish them the best of luck on the weekend. As I said, 10 races, 5:39 start time. Looking for a good gamble, I think we focus on the open. Race 6, go with number 8, Chevron's Reward. This mare is absolutely flying. She dipped her toe into the open class levels for the first time last week. Far from disappointing. Again, her sectionals were brilliant, and she's drawn behind the likely leader in Matt Gregor. I think she's a great gamble. Race 6, number 8, Chevron's Reward. If you are gambling this weekend at Albion Park, please do so responsibly. We'll see you trackside.